Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Jacob, and joining me today here in the classroom is man who I'm 90% sure is really just a bunch of Spinneracks in human clothing. My teaching assistant, Mr. Curtis. Say hello to everybody, Mr. Curtis.
Sorry. Yes, thank you, Professor. I am so happy to be here. It really is my pleasure to serve you.
Mr. Curtis, what the hell was that? What was that noise you're making?
Oh, nothing. That was just nothing. Don't worry about it.
I'm like 90% sure those are his mandibles clicking together. Because he is, again, a bunch of Spinneracks in like an oversized trench coat.
Hey,
See, there goes again.
Please continue our introductions here.
It's weird.
Today,
It looks
Professor.
like you're cleaning your teeth, but I can't tell what you're doing, Mr. Curtis. It's very strange.
Do not worry. Do not pay any attention to the bulges in the trench coat.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I learned my lesson the first time. Moving on.
Wait, I want to know about
course-
Mr. Curtis's bulges. Hold on.
No, we're not talking about the bulges in the trench coat today.
That curious young student that you hear there is, of course, our in-house student, the one that actually comes to class. I believe his name is Beep Bop.
Nope.
It's Bo Bryan.
Bo
Nope.
Bryan.
That's
Bo
not it.
Bryan.
You guys
Bo
know my
Bryan.
name. I don't know why you think it is amusing to the other students to hear that you pretend not to know my name. You clearly know it. It is Corbin. Good to be here.
Corbin. See, that's a made-up name, though. That's like the names that we said are real names. You made up that name.
Every name is made up at some point. Something to think about. Something to consider.
That's a good point. All
But
words
yeah,
are made up.
look, feels good to be here in class. I'm still just freaking out over the fact that I finally got my first Pokemon egg last week
has it hatched
from
yet?
Professor Palm.
Has it hatched yet?
No, it hasn't hatched yet.
Oh, okay.
It's actually not that warm. You'd think like an egg would be warm.
Have you been?
'cause there's like
How much have you been walking?
Yeah, you
should
have to
be
walk
carrying
around
around
That's
with
the
you.
thing. I'm walking like 6 miles a day. My calves are screaming right now. I had to pretty much have my mom
Damn,
almost drag
let's-
me to class today.
Wait, let's
But-
go look at those yams.
Yeah, check him out. Ooh.
Oh my!
Ooh.
Give him a choke a run for his money.
You could bounce a quarter off of those.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna do that right now. Whoa! Oh my
Okay,
goodness!
Look
Okay, that
at
kind of
go.
hurt. That could be seen as like assault, so please don't do that.
I don't think so.
But anyways, so yeah, I've been really excited because I've been begging you, Professor, to give me a Pokemon that I can
I
raise
don't think
myself.
you've earned it.
And Professor Palm last week, God rest his soul, wherever he is.
Wow,
he's
he's
alive.
not-
I just miss him.
He's not dead.
I just miss him. But he gave me my first Pokemon, but I'm still waiting on it to hatch. I did a little bit of research. I heard if you walk, a certain amount of time it's supposed to hatch.
Yes.
Maybe my Sandshrew was just cooking a while in there. I don't know why it's taking so long.
I mean, it's
supposed to
it's
take
an
a couple
Alolan
days.
Sandshrew, right? So it shouldn't be. Hopefully, it's not cooking.
Well, cooking is a metaphor. Like it's a brewing child. It's a brewing baby, if you will.
It's percolating.
It's percolating, yes. So I've been walking a lot. So far, research I've done has shown that it should have hatched by now, but we'll see what happens. I'm excited.
And it's late bloomer. You get those sometimes.
Sure.
But hey, we talked about Sandslash last week. Let's instead switch gears to the Pokemon that we're talking about this week. Do either of you guys know what Pokemon that is? Now, yeah, you have to be very specific with this answer. It's a very specific
Okay.
answer.
I think I remember what you said last time.
Yes.
It's Nido Nidoprince?
Nidorite. Nidorite.
God, you guys are both so close. Okay.
Is it
instead of-
Nidowalk?
No, faster.
Nidojog?
Even faster than that.
Nidosprint.
Okay, a little bit
Nido
slower.
Sprint.
A little,
Okay,
no, a little
Nidoran?
bit slower.
That was it.
Nidoran, exactly.
There it
is.
Well,
Yay.
but more specifically, we're talking about the female Nidoran, because for some reason in the Pokedex, I don't know why they do this, they split up the male and female Nidoran. Now, in later lessons, we're gonna learn that, they have different evolutionary paths, but there are plenty of other examples of Pokemon in the Pokedex that have, start off with, different versions and have varying, evolutionary paths, but they're all in the same Pokedex entry. And even multiple Pokedex entries have Pokemon that have different forms for their male and female versions, right? Like, I mean, prime example of that is Pikachu. Pikachu's tail is different. How come there's not 2 different Pokedex entries for Pikachu?
Well, because it's not an entirely. I mean, it's one of the few. I think isn't it the only Pokemon with its own evolutionary path based on its gender or sex or whatever?
That is not true.
It's not true. Well, I am not the professor for a reason.
There are more. I mean, and there are Pokemon that their evolutions are on more. On even things that are much harder to quantify than just gender, right? Yet, okay, I mean, we haven't talked about this Pokemon yet, but I mean, Wurmple, right? Wurmple starts off, has 1 Pokedex entry, but it immediately, as soon as it evolves for the first time, it has branching, like, paths, right? It can either evolve into Cascoon or Silicune, depending on some kind of, like, part of its traits, right?
Yeah. The other bug Pokemon, as a a resident bug specialist here, let me say
he never got qualified for that. So,
let's just say it's a special interest of mine.
Okay, we can say that. Yes.
Yeah. Nincadia is the same thing.
Who the fuck is Nincadia?
What the fuck is Nincadia?
Mr. Curtis, are you making up Pokemon again?
Nincadia. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Ninetales?
Nincada?
Ninciadia.
It's
right.
For students at home, he is talking about the bug Pokemon Nincada.
Yeah. Oh, exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
whatever.
That's how we say it in the industry, of course. But it can evolve into a Ninjask, but at the same time can actually produce a second Pokemon, also known as a Shed Ninja.
Okay.
Shedinja, but you were close on that one. Yeah, true. But again, we're not learning about those Pokemon. Those are just examples of Pokemon that, like, have branching evolutionary
non-traditional
paths,
evolutionary paths.
Yet they all start off in the same Pokedex entry, and there's plenty of other Pokemon that have differences based on their gender. Yeah, they all again. This is we don't need to get into all this today. We're learning about Nidoran female, specifically the female one, which has its own completely different Pokedex entry from Nidoran male, and we'll get to that one at some point down the line.
I just can't wait until we talk about Ninjask.
Nope, I don't think that's it either.
That's actually not a Pokemon, so
that's what Ninsadia evolves into.
Oh Christ, keep moving, please. This guy can't
Okay,
speak.
Yeah, sure. Hey, you guys want to get a look at a Nidoran
I
female?
I sure do.
And by the way, whenever you're talking about this Pokemon, you have to say Nidoran female. Don't just say Nidoran, all right? If you just say Nidoran, I'm not going to know what you're talking about. You have to say Nidoran female.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Can
do.
Yes.
All right, so here, let's take a look at this Pokemon.
Oh, hi. Look at this.
Ooh, hello there.
Is this also a mouse-type Pokemon? Because I feel like the last 20 have been mouse-type. I don't...
No,
it's cute,
this...
though.
It does kind of remind me of that kind of, mousy type shape.
Yeah, it does kind of look a little bit like a mouse, with the ears and the teeth. But no, this is actually known as the Poison Pin Pokemon.
Ooh,
yes.
Okay, well, good thing I didn't touch it then.
Yes.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, yes, definitely be careful touching it, but they seem to really only release the real bad poison when they're nervous or scared. So as long as you're not startling it, you should be fine. Although, for your safety and for my just legal reasons, I wouldn't touch her if you could.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to take any chances because I am threatened by Mr. Curtis's appearance every day. So she might very well be scared and stressed and would like to poison us. So hey, seeing Curtis's bulges in a trench coat is enough to make this Nidoran act a little crazy and poison you.
I'm sorry,
so
what
I'm
Pokemon are you
gonna
talking
keep
about?
my distance.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, what Pokemon are you talking about?
Nidoran girl.
No, that's not a Pokemon.
Nidoran
Excuse
female.
me? That's
There we
Nidoran
go.
woman to you?
Sorry, apologies. Nidoran lady.
It's Mrs. Nidoran, Corbin, if you could.
Excuse me. Madam Ran.
Madam Ram. I like that.
Is that what we're calling? Is that what we're gonna call her?
Madam
Yeah.
Nido.
Hey, Madam Ran.
Madam Nido
Ran.
works better.
No.
Does it? Madam Ran, I don't know.
Madam Ran. Let's go with Madam Ran. Madame Ran.
Madame Ran.
Madame
I like that one.
Ran.
Yes. But yes,
Madame
okay.
Ran.
So we'll go ahead. She seems to be getting a little bit overwhelmed because, she is very, very small. So we'll put her right back into the Pokeball.
Bye-bye, Madame Ran. We miss you.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the Pokedex entries. And of course, starting as we always do with the Kanto region. All right. Although small, its venomous barbs render this Pokemon dangerous. The female has smaller horns. Yes, so...
Okay. Well, I'm inclined to believe you, Professor. I have not... it's been a while since I've seen the male one, but yeah.
I mean, honestly, I would hardly even call the things that Nidoran female has as horns. Like, I'm not sure I would really call them horns. They're more like little nubbins on the top of her head.
Mm-hmm. Little nubby.
Little nubbins, I guess. All right, the next one here says, a mild-mannered Pokemon by night, or by day, but by night, it's Batman! No, sorry. A mild-mannered Pokemon that does not like to fight. Beware, its small horns secrete venom.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of already knew that. Although small, it should be treated with caution because of its highly toxic thorns. The female has a small horn. So yeah, we have thorns and horns on
Thorns and
female.
horns and torns and...
Toxic and venom.
Yeah.
Toxic and venom, either or. It's hard to say which is which, to be honest. Here in the Pokemon world, we don't really distinguish between toxin and venom.
Yeah, it's kind of... Yeah, I don't know why. It's definitely different from what I was taught in my science classes as a kid. But apparently... I'm still a kid. I'm 10.
As a kid, I was gonna say, you're still a kid.
When I was 8.
So you mean like last week?
Last year, if you will. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know why they use toxic and venom. They're completely different. Everyone knows that. Venom is like secreted out of like fangs or something, right? And
injected.
Poison is kind of just, or toxic is kind of just like you touch it and you get poison.
Well, okay, so the way I kind of know it is, for venom, if it bites you, you die. Toxic, if you bite it, you die. Like, that's the kind of distinction. I think. Again, I'm not entirely sure. So
you should be. You're the professor.
Damn it, I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't get my degree in toxic and venom. So
should have.
Should have. I mean,
hey, maybe when we talk about the male Nidoran, we'll get a expert on toxic and venom in the class.
Yeah, we'll get an expert on toxicity. We'll get your mom, Corbin.
What? That's mean.
Yeah, get it, because she's so toxic. High five, Mr. Curtis.
Hiya!
What? She's not toxic. She's a sweet lady.
All right, let's move on to the Johto region.
Okay.
The poison hidden in its small horn is extremely potent. Even a tiny scratch can have fatal results.
Christ, really? Even as a baby?
Ooh.
Wow.
I mean, as in its unevolved form, I guess. Yeah, it's toxic enough to kill you with one small scratch.
Well, hot damn.
Yeah, or toxic or venomous. I don't know. I don't really know which is which. Although not very combative, it will torment its foes with poison spikes if it is threatened in any way. Are you guys kind of noticing a trend here about these Pokedex entries?
They're inconsistent.
She seems to have something going on with that horn.
Yeah, I think they all kind of focus on the fact that, 1, Nidoran female has a horn. 2, it's very docile. Like, really, Nidoran
and it
female
doesn't want to fight, yeah.
It's really real chill. However, if you step up, you best be ready to throw down, because they will poison you to death.
So they say if any scratch from its horn can be fatal. So theoretically, I could throw a Nidoran female at, let's just say, I don't know, a Wailord, and that fucker's dead.
Well, did it say every tiny scratch is a fatal, or did it say can be fatal?
It says, I'll give you the exact entry here. Even a tiny scratch can have fatal results.
Okay.
So
okay.
I think that's more referencing to humans. I don't think they took into account like size. Obviously, one tiny scratch from a little baby Nidoran female isn't gonna kill a whale lord.
Says you.
I mean, I guess we gotta try it out.
Mr. Curtis, we have another task for you.
Luckily, I have this whale lord here with me today. Let me just go ahead and throw it out with the Pokeball. No, keep it in.
We literally won't have a
You
building
sure?
if you release a whale lord in class.
Well, I'm
Professor,
gonna have
I'm
to
not
eventually.
We'll have to go to a lake or something nearby, or go to the ocean south of Fuchsia City or something. We'll have to take a field trip.
Do you really think you've earned a field trip there, Corbin? Do you think you've been a good enough student to deserve a field trip?
I think I'm a good boy.
I don't know. I have a tally sheet here, and you are on 27 classroom violations.
Wow.
What? Why?
That's a lot.
For what?
Wait, Mr. Curtis, how many violations do you have?
Well, I mean, I have a violation here and there, but then I spend
is it like 2 digits, 3 digits? How many are we talking?
what, this class period or all of my class iterations together?
Just this time around. We'll say just this time around.
Just this time around. Well,
you had Corbin's like right away.
I know. Well, you see, while
I'm just
class
trying
is
to
going
think
on,
of a funny number.
let me ask you this: just while class is going on, or just like classroom violations all hours?
Just give me a number, Mr. Curtis. Gee, I don't have time for this.
63. Okay.
Okay. Wow.
I'm
bad
sorry.
boy.
That's almost double yours, Corbin.
Yikes, dude.
That's gonna look bad on your permanent record, Mr. Curtis.
It's more than double. That's
I
bad.
know. I'm sorry. Okay. I spend too much time trying to dismantle a lot of the furniture in the classroom to fix it, and I've caused quite a bit of damages. And the principal, he doesn't like it when I do that.
Well, then 1, stop doing that. 2, the principal does kind of hate you. I wouldn't push his buttons if I were you.
Yeah.
I think that does it for the Johto region. Let me go ahead and hop, skip, and jump on over to the Hoenn region. Let's see what thrilling information they have to add to our understanding of Nidoran female. Nidoran has barbs that secrete a powerful poison. No fucking way. Oh my god, Hoenn! Wow, you guys really bring in the thunder with
Barbs
this.
or barb?
That's
I thought it was
right.
a single barb.
Barbs, actually.
I thought it was horn, actually. is what they
Well,
were saying.
horns, thorns, barbs. So yes, it does have. She has one on her forehead, right?
There's 2 on the
And then
butt, right?
There's a few down her spine. I would say.
Right. I did
Necessarily
see
on
that.
the butt. Yeah. So it does have multiple barbs. Okay, but okay. So it goes on to say, they are thought to have developed. I'm gonna read the whole thing. Nidoran has barbs that secrete a powerful poison. They are thought to have developed as protection for this small-bodied Pokemon. When enraged, it releases a horrible toxin from its horn.
Ew.
So yeah. Only when it's enraged does it release that horrible toxin. It's a little bit unclear if it's always constantly secreting poison, and then when it gets mad, then it releases the really bad shit.
But that's just releasing it spontaneously, not like even if it's not enraged, if you get scratched by it, you could still have a fatal result, right? Because that's what we already talked about.
I mean, yeah, but we don't know if it's hard to say if. I doubt that if it the regular poison, right? That I would have.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That would happen if you just accidentally walked by it and it scratched you a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
That can't be the same stuff that it releases when it's enraged.
Okay, so it has 2 levels of poison. It
I
has the normal
believe-
scratch me and almost die poison, and then the horrible toxin when it gets angry.
Well, no, I think the horrible toxin is the scratch me and I could die stuff. It's unclear. I think either there's 2 levels of toxin, and when it gets really, really mad, it releases the stuff that could kill you with a small scratch, or there's only 1 level of toxin, and it only secretes it when it's enraged.
Okay, all right, I can live with that. Professor.
Okay, hard. It's hard to divine from just this one Pokedex entry. Okay, so you're gonna think I'm crazy, but that was the only Hoenn Pokedex entry.
You're crazy.
Don't call me crazy.
Sorry.
Yeah, so there is another one, but it's like it's pretty much word for word the same thing with a couple of words switched around, so I'm not gonna read it. So let's go ahead and move on to the Sinnoh region. Over in Sinnoh, they say, while it does not prefer to fight, even one drop of the poison it secretes from its barbs can be fatal.
Okay.
So I guess it's pretty much saying the same thing, right? Just one drop can be fatal.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that does it for Sinnoh. There's really not that much information we have on Nidoran female for some reason. Everything else, the Unova, Kalos, even Alola, pretty much all the same thing.
I mean, every Pokedex entry's pretty much said the same thing so far. It just has a poisonous / toxic / venomous barb on its barbs on its back.
Yeah, and it's docile.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Unless you fuck with it, and then
It'd
it
be a
fucks
weird
back.
quiz.
Yeah, fucking kidding. Hey, hold on. There are some Pokedex entries here from the Galar region.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay. So
I didn't realize the Galar region had.
not in the
Nidoran
mainland. They do on this like weird like little island called it's like the Crown Tundra or something. I don't really know.
Okay.
But yes. So the first one says females are more sensitive to smells than males. I'm assuming it's talking about Nidoran here, not just like
people means humans. Just wanted you to know
females
that
in general. Listen, all women smell better than dudes, all right? It's just a fact. It goes on to say,
did you know that women could sniff better? Well, you do now.
That's why women have such huge noses. Have you ever noticed how big women's noses are?
Jesus.
It goes on to say, while foraging, they'll use their whiskers to check the wind direction and stay downwind of predators.
Downwind of predators.
Downwind,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, so as in so their scent isn't going towards the I think, right? Is that what that
But
means?
who would be a predator of such a poisonous, venomous little Pokemon?
Maybe an Arbok?
Or any steel type. I don't think steel type are affected by poison.
Yeah, but what steel type do we have in the Kanto region?
We don't.
Yeah, we didn't even know there was a steel type until people came over from the Johto region. They're like, y'all bitches still got steel types over here.
Where the fuck y'all? Where'd you get these?
I see you got some rocks, but that ain't steel. You guys have Onyx, and you literally didn't know it can evolve into a Steelix. Guys, you have Scyther. It evolves. You didn't know it evolves? Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, I know.
We so dumb Cantonians.
God, we're so stupid. But anyways, there's one more entry here from the Galar region. It says, it uses its hard incisor teeth, it being Nidoran female, to crush and eat berries. The tip of a female Nidoran's horn is a bit more rounded than the tip of a male's horn. So, yeah,
okay.
I guess you guys have that to look forward to. The Nidoran male is going to have a real sharp horn.
Ooh, she got a thick
real,
horn, don't she?
Pointed, a more pointed horn, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really gets to the point a lot quicker.
Please move on, Professor. That's not good. I
All
wish
right,
you would
Corbin,
get to the point, Professor.
I see your point, Corbin. I'll move on.
All right.
All right. So
what is the point of this conversation?
I don't know.
Mr. Curtis, please stop pointing at me. I'm trying to continue my lesson here.
Oh my God!
I'm
This
just
behavior is
pointing
getting
out the
toxic.
fact that
That's
we're
enough.
Delaying this lesson.
Okay. Let's move to the unique Pokedex entries.
Please.
This one comes to us from Ash's Pokedex. I think it's been a little while since we've seen a Pokedex entry from Ash. Ash's Pokedex says, Nidoran female. Its poison pin is quite powerful for its size, but its horn is smaller than a male's.
Well, it's broader.
It's also smaller. The next one comes to us from Go's Rotom Phone, and it's actually for Nidoran male and Nidoran female. So I'll try to. I'm gonna try to just read the female parts, and then for our Nidoran male episode, I'll read the male parts. Okay.
No, okay.
Nidoran, the Poison Pin Pokemon, a poison type. The less aggressive female Nidoran first evolves into Nidorina, then Nidoqueen. And then there's a whole bit about Nidorina, but I'm not going to read it. Okay, so that does it for all of the Pokedex entries on Nidoran female. Of course, I have a very, very short snippet of a unsourced, uncredited article that I'm going to read to you very, very quickly. Again,
all right.
Very short. All right, so it says, Nidoran female is a small quadrupedal Pokemon. It has large, spiny ears, oversized front teeth, red eyes, and a pair of whiskers on each cheek. It is light blue with several darker blue spots. There are 2 white claws on each of its paws. Its back is covered with small toxic spines, and it has a small forehead horn, or barb, or thorn, whatever you want to call it.
Or prick.
Okay.
Nope, don't call it that.
Okay.
That's the male Nidorina.
Whoa! The poisons secreted by the spines and horn are extremely potent, and even a scratch from its horn or a drop of poison from its barbs can be deadly. Okay, so interesting. They seem to be differentiating here between the horn and the barbs. So, like, only the thing on its forehead is a horn. Everything else is barbs.
Yeah, the back's barbs, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe that's true. Maybe it's not. Again, unsourced, uncredited. Who knows? However, this docile Pokemon only uses its poison when it feels threatened. Nidoran female is more sensitive to smell than Nidoran male. It can use its whiskers to check the wind while either searching for berries or to avoid predators. Wait, how does it use its whiskers to search for berries? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Maybe it can detect the juices in
Nidoran,
berries.
well, it uses its whiskers to, like, sense the direction of the wind so it can stay downwind, right?
Well, okay, but it says...
Well, it's got an incredible sense of smell, right? I mean, like...
Read the line again,
I'm going to read this again.
Please.
It can use its whiskers to check the wind while either searching for berries or to avoid predators. Now, I don't know how checking the wind will help you search for berries. I don't know why it would say that.
I guess the scent drifts with the wind, I assume.
Okay, but it's whiskers. It doesn't smell with its whiskers.
No, but it determines the direction.
It determines the direction of where the wind's blowing and where the smell is, I guess.
But why? How would that help it find berries? Just so it can know where the wind's moving. This is an
unsourced article, okay? We don't even know if it's true.
Uncredited, peer reviewed,
unimportant.
Yeah, we're peer reviewing it now, and my notes would be double check this sentence. It doesn't appear to make sense. All right, so the last sentence here says, Nidoran female can use its incisors for crushing the berries it forages for. Nidoran female lives in open spaces such as savannas and plains, and Nidoran female is a female-only species. I would not believe it if you hadn't told me.
That's crazy. And I didn't know that Nidoran females were just kind of native to airplanes. I don't know how it gets on there. That's crazy.
No, not airplanes. Plains is in, like, flat grassy land.
Oh, like a meadow.
Yeah. Think of like a forest but plain.
Oh, like a field with an airplane in it.
No, take the airplane out.
Okay, you put a helicopter? It's gotta be something.
No, there's no. It's just a grassy field. That's it.
Oh, a meadow. Okay.
Sure, a meadow.
Like the runway that we
right, like a runway where you'd put a plane.
That's right.
I'm gonna run away from this class.
All right, these puns are getting too much. I'm
Professor,
about to quit.
your jokes are always so great.
No, they're not.
Thank
You're
you.
just kissing ass. I saw you roll your eyes, Mr. Curtis.
You know what?
No, I didn't.
I think somebody's getting bonus points for this pop quiz that's coming up.
Only at your pleasure.
Please stop saying pleasure.
The pleasure is all mine.
You get 5.
I only
you
live
get
to pleasure you, Professor.
You get written up 5 times every time you say the word pleasure, just so you know.
I only live to pleasure the professor.
Right,
it's worth it, though.
I'm reporting all of this to the principal.
Nobody likes a narc, Corbin. All right, let's go ahead and start our pop quiz, okay?
Let's start it.
We've dilly-dallied long enough. Okay, make sure to get out your Rotom laptops, your pencils and pens, papers, and scratch paper. This is going to be a really hard quiz. So,
Got an eraser.
Eraser is going to be good because I know you're going to make mistakes. Put away your Pokedexes. You can have your Pokedexes out now. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Question number 1.
I don't know.
What does Nidoran... I haven't said the question yet, Corbin.
Sorry. Just anticipating.
What does Nidoran female use her whiskers for? I know, really hard, guys. We didn't like literally just talk about this in great detail. All right, jeez, we have a novel from Mr. Curtis and an answer from Corbin. So the question, of course, was, what does Nidoran female use her whiskers for? Corbin responded with detecting berries and predators. Again, I don't think it's possible to detect berries with whiskers.
Hey,
but you're right on the predators.
I don't make
part.
the rules. I just report them.
Again, actually, you know what? You're also not right on the predators part. Okay, you know what? I'm going to read Mr. Curtis's answer.
What?
What he says. Mr. Curtis says, Nidoran female use their wispy whiskers to sense the direction of the wind, which they use to stay downwind of predators. All right, so you said they use it to detect predators and berries.
It's implied based on how the wind blows. No, they detect berries and predators. It's implied. I just cut out the middleman.
No, they use their good sense of smell to detect the predators, and then they use their whiskers to sense the wind to stay downwind of those predators. So unfortunately, Cor, I'm gonna have to give you a zero.
Sense me losing my mind.
I mean,
Corbin, please don't disturb the professor while he's working.
Well, I mean, Mr. Curtis, it's okay. It's my job to deal with people of his intelligence level in my company. It's something I have to deal with. It's fine.
Okay.
We all have to learn, right?
Cool.
At some point.
Guess what? When my fucking sandshrew, my Alolan sandshrew hatches, you're gonna be done for. You're gonna freeze. I'm gonna throw them at you, and you're gonna have a frostbite arm, and I'm gonna break it off. Okay?
Yeah. When that happens, sure.
When it hatches, you wait.
Yeah.
You wait.
Yeah. Let me just go ahead and check the Weather Channel. Ian's looking at it. Oh, that's unfortunate.
What?
Doesn't look like there's going to be a cold day in hell for a while there, Corbin. So it's a ways off.
I'm not sure why that's relevant to the conversation, Professor, but please continue with the quiz.
Okay, question number 2. Even though Nidoran female's horn is rounded and blunt, why should you still be wary of it? Because it can sense predators.
Shut the fuck up, Professor.
All right, both of the answers are in. The question, of course, was, even though Nidoran female's horn is rounded and blunt, why should you still be wary of it? Corbin said, because a drop of its poison is fatal. And Mr. Curtis responded with, a small scratch from its bitty horn spine could result in death from its toxic venom. Yes, you are both correct. It's because it secretes a very, very effective poison. Either only when it's enraged or all the time, and it's just more poisonous when it is enraged. It's hard to tell. The Pokedex entries were very
that'd be annoying to be constantly leaking.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Mr. Curtis?
To be linking?
Leaking?
I would,
not linking. Leaking?
Leaking? Yeah. That would be it definitely wouldn't want to create a spontaneous mess for the class. So
yeah, I can't but notice there's a bunch of webbing coming out from your pants leg there, Mr. Curtis.
Oh, yeah. Like I said before, I mean, sometimes I have to wear the Spinnerack reinforced pants when I ride my Rapidash into class. because it does not trust me yet. I'm not sure why.
You still working on that? Have you tried giving it apples or maybe a carrot?
I mean, it does not like the the cherry berries I keep giving it. So maybe an apple might.
For the record, Mr. Curtis, I don't even think your own parents trust you yet.
Gee, look what you've done, Corbin.
He's a little weird. We've established this many times.
Apologize right now.
All right, I'm sorry, Mr. Curtis. I was simply joking. That's fine. Let's get on with the quiz. Let's pass this together. We got this. Come on.
They hatched me so young.
I'm sorry. They what? They what did you?
I mean, they gave birth to me, and cared for me and raised me and fed me lots of poffins, and I'm sure that they love me.
Why are you eating
Trust
Pokemon
me.
treats?
Yeah, Poffin is notoriously a Pokemon food.
I mean, but people can eat them too, right? I mean, they're good. They're like curry from the Galar region. You know, humans.
I don't think they
Pokemon
are
can eat
like
them.
curry from the Galar region. Okay, you know what? Enough of this. Enough dilly-dallying. Let's move on to the third question. How much of Nidoran female's poison does it take to kill you? I think we already addressed this, and you guys' answers from the previous
kind of
one.
already. I mean, this is like the same answer as the last
But-
one.
I mean, really, how many different questions can I really pull from this smorgasbord of Pokedex entries?
Yeah, I'm surprised you have a fourth question. Honestly.
I don't.
Oh, never mind. Last question. Sweet.
I don't. Yeah, so don't be surprised. However, I do want to do a bonus thing. So.
Oh, balls.
Oh, okay. The answer's in. Okay, you know, for the amount of time it took for me to type that, I thought it was going to be a lot longer. Okay, so the question was, how much poison does it take to kill you? Or I guess specifically, how much of Nidoran female's poison does it take to kill you? Corbin responded with a drop.
Yep.
And Mr. Curtis responded with, the very toxic poisonous venom take just a tiny itty bitty drop.
This isn't a kid's novel. Just say it.
I'm assuming at the end of that half sentence you meant to put "will kill you," but
Yes. Well, I mean, just like Corbin said, it, you know, just a drop. You know, you didn't, just a small amount.
I was actually, you know, I was hoping for an answer in milliliters. So if you guys could amend your.
No, I'm not going to.
Okay, Corbin says no. Mr. Curtis
Is this an actual
says-
bonus question?
No, no. It depends. I think it depends on the viscosity and surface tension of Nidoran's poison, but
Boring.
you know what? That's fine. That's fine. We'll move on. Okay, so there is no specifically a fourth question, but I think it's been a little while since we've done this, and I want to do this again. I think it's been pretty obvious that the Pokedex entries were kind of lacking on like the finer details of a Nidoran female's biology. So for this fourth question, give me a hypothesis and then a possible answer to that hypothesis for Nidoran female, if you could.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so remember, we did this for Charmander, I think, and then also, Kakuna, maybe?
Maybe, I think so. One of
it's
the
been so
other
long.
lame Pokemon we discussed.
Yeah, I mean, just disgust. Ugh. Disgusting. So yeah, you don't have to type these out. You can say them to me whenever you have one formulated.
Oh,
That's fine.
okay. Well,
I will give you some time. This is for bonus points, so Corbin, you might be able to
Oh, yes.
make up the point you lost.
Okay,
You're
so it's a
sitting
hypothesis. If then statement.
you're sitting
Okay.
at a 66.666 repeating, of course,
Penis,
percent
fuck.
right now.
All right.
Nidoran female's bright purple color
Okay.
is to warn predator Pokemon of its venomous nature.
I feel like you already said this for one of the other ones. I feel like you said this already. You definitely said that about Kakuna, about its coloration.
I
Give
have
me-
I have a hypothesis. I'm ready.
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
Okay, so in the same way, okay, so you know with Pikachu and Raichu when they shock each other, or when they shock other Pokemon or people, it hurts them. If they shock each other, it acts as a way to heal itself. I think Nidoran female, the only Pokemon that's not really going to be affected much, or actually might have a positive effect on its barb, will be another Nidoran female. What I mean is, if a Nidoran female stabs another Nidoran female with its poisonous barb, it will have a chemical reaction that causes it to heal it instead, similar to that of Pikachu and Raichu.
Interesting hypothesis. I'm going to say, though, that, you know, once we start talking about the evolved form of Nidoran female, which is Nidorina, I think that's going to provide some evidence that that is, in fact, not true.
Well, I'm basing it off of the fact that I don't know any of that, you know,
Okay,
because
that's
we haven't had
fine.
that class yet.
It's interesting. It's I like how you have taken your knowledge and from the biology of other Pokemon and applied it in a similar vein to
Why, thank you.
Very good job. You know what, Corbin? I'm gonna give you your points back.
Fuck yes. Thank you, Professor.
All right, Mr. Curtis, if you would like to take one more stab, this time don't give me anything involving its coloration.
All right. I would say
Okay.
He's dead. He died on the spot. Would you like me to get Nidoran female back out here so you can take a look at her there, Mr. Curtis?
No, that's okay.
Okay, good. He's alive.
Oh, thank God.
I'm alive. Sorry, I was just convening here.
With who?
My inner monologue. It's it's difficult to verbally express the complexity of my answer without being able to write it out.
Of course.
In a written form.
I mean, if you really want to write it out, that's fine. I'll read it if you want.
Mr. Curtis, please.
I would say that.
Oh shit, we broke him again.
You can talk about any part. There's so much about Nidoran female that we didn't even really cover at all.
Mr. Curtis, this is not the mannequin challenge. Why are you just frozen in midair right now?
I would say probably it's venom that it develops.
Okay, the one thing that we definitely did talk about was the venom.
He's got nothing.
We covered the venom.
Move on. This quiz is over.
No. I want to hear him. I'm going to hear him out.
It's a result of a special diet.
That's it? That's what you got? Okay, Okay, how about this? You want to maybe comment on the fact that it has giant-ass fucking ears? Not a single Pokedex entry has talked about that. It's got huge ears. What does it do with those ears?
It's all the better to hear predators.
Okay, you know what? Curtis? You do not get bonus points.
Yeah!
And I'm taking points away.
All that time sitting there with your mouth agape, just frozen. First of all, I don't know why. That's not normal human behavior to just sit there and literally sit there like a mannequin when you're thinking.
No,
like, it's not normal.
I do that sometimes.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll just, sometimes it's good just to shut my brain off, and just like, not freeze.
Just soak in the area around me.
Yeah. Okay. That does it for today's pop quiz. Before I go ahead and end the lesson, I kind of spoiled this already, I guess, but do either of you guys know what Pokemon we will be talking about next time?
Yes, I believe it's Nidoran penis.
I was about to say Nidoran male.
No, actually, no, we're not learning about Nidoran male. We're learning about the evolved form of Nidoran female.
Nidorina lady.
You know what? You said it, so I'm counting it. We're learning about Nidorina, which is
Nidorina.
No, just Nidorina.
Okay.
Which is the evolved form of a Nidoran female. But of course, if you guys have questions for me, Professor Jacob, or any of the accoutrements that I have here in class,
what was that word?
Big, Mr. Curtis and Corbin, you can go ahead and Gmail me, which of course stands for Gengar Mail, at wwopokemon@gmail.com. If you don't have Gmail, that's fine. Don't worry about it. You can contact me on Twitter, which is, of course, the bird Pokemon themed website, at wwopokemon. But that does it for today's lesson. So until next time, class is dismissed. Attention students, we are thrilled to announce that Welcome to the World of Pokemon is now a part of the Pokecasters Network, which is a collaborative network of Pokemon-themed podcasts like ours. If you like our show, you should definitely check out more of the stuff on the network. In fact, our last two guests, Ryan and Lucas, have shows on the network as well. But don't worry, this will not affect our show in any way, except it will allow us to do more collaborations in the future, which we are very excited for. See you next class!